What's up, YouTube? DUBKDAD. To those of you who don't like the Go format discussion and all the new craze going on, I'm sorry. I like it. I got enough stuff going on in my life that I don't need my hobby ruined too. So just don't expect to see a whole lot of content in terms of this format, this current format, at least until the ban list, or at least to after Worlds. I mean, something new, exciting may pop up, but for now, if your hobby is ruined, it's like, what do you have left? Your hobby is supposed to be something that takes you away from the bullshit that's your reality, and so that's why I'm doing this. This is just a friendly reminder to those of you who play during the GOAT format and have been reinvigorated by all the cards from that and are playing, and you're trying to tell the up-and-coming players about how skillful it was and it was so much better. You're right and you're wrong, okay? I know that the format was really good, but you guys somehow suffering from selective memory. What I have laid out here are cards that ruined that format, and as innocuous as a lot of them may seem, just maybe you didn't encounter them. Maybe you were in one of those areas where everybody played the same deck. And, like most people who only play the same decks, they think, well, this is the best deck. And, it beats everything else. Well, that's what people thought, about a lot of things. People thought that Rescue Rabbit was the best deck going into Nats. What happened? I remember when Courtney Waller topped with Chaos. Not Chaos Dragons, but just a Chaos deck. He won that YCS Kansas City. Everybody thought that, just playing Chaos was too slow. It was all about whatever deck was the new hype at that time. I can't even remember. But he won out. People thinking out the box, designing and building something just, will wreck formats. And again, these cards wrecked the format if you were unfortunate to sit across the table from one of these players at a regional or large scale event. Now, maybe you didn't see any decks featuring these cards top, and that's because they didn't get a wide showing. Back then, Shonen Jump maybe had 500 to just under 1,000 players, if that. So if, more than 80% were playing GOAT Control or some kind of cookie cutter chaos, and maybe 4 or 5 people or less were playing a rogue deck, of course they're going to get knocked out by the GOAT Control because of the higher representation. But if more people were playing decks like these, I guarantee you would have been sadface.jpg. Let me just explain some of these. Flaming Eternity, not Cybernetic Revolution, was actually the beginning of Konami realizing that they can make money by making the game fast and furious. People seem to think that Cyber Dragon ruined the game. To a degree, he, quickened the pace that the game got ruined, but it wasn't Cyber Dragon. These two cards came out in Flaming Eternity, along with Lightning Vortex and Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys and the Hand of Nephthys. Konami, in my opinion, saw a way to speed up the game. With Rescue Cat, you could tribute him, early game, and get your +1, get your 2 Wicked Worm Beast. And if you guys don't know what he does, he's kind of like a spirit, but not a spirit, because he can be special summoned. But during the end phase, he bounces to your hand. So, first time you're setting up, fit in your deck, Rescue Cat, Wicked Worm Beast, 2 Wicked Worm Beasts. Maybe you can poke for 14 each, because these guys both have 1,400 attacks. That's 2,800. And then set your whatever, end phase, they both bounce to your hand. So, I mean, that was ridiculous. Unfortunately, I can't find any Milus Radiant, but the reason the rest of that engine in that deck ran the Milus Radiant, Des Wombat, and Gyoku Gyra Panda. Well, maybe that was later on for the Des Wombat. But mainly, Gyukujar Panda. Yeah, this is the Lost Millennium. But with this guy, you give them Ojama tokens, or if they had scapegoats, because he came out in Dark Crisis. He gained 800 attack, plus he had trample. So you could easily rescue Cat. They had a field full of goats. You rescued Cat into Gaiku Panda and a Milas Radiant. If you played Last Will, get another Cat, do it again. Get a second Gaiaku, or get 2 more Gaiaku Pandas, and they all get the 500 boost, making them 13. And then with the goats on the field, they get even more boost. And this just ways to end the game. Again, Armed Samurai Benkei. You guys may or may not have heard of the OTK. You give this guy a shitload of equips, and he can, in addition to his regular attack, he can attack as many times as he has equips to him. So if you premature burial him, he can attack twice. Premature burial, then big bang shot, he can attack 3 times. And if you have scapegoats, that's 900 with the trample, so you're doing 2,700. Multiple big bang shots, attack multiple times. You give him cards like shooting star seal bow, whatever. It's an equip that allows a monster to attack directly. Axe of Despair, Mage Power, United We Stand, and dude was a powerhouse. The deck was so consistent. I don't care what anybody says. It was one of the original low monster count OTK based deck. It ran like Morphing Jar, 3 Benkeis, like 2 Mystic Tomatoes, and a bunch of stall and flip-flop monsters to bait out your opponent's stuff and dig for the combos. And then if they had too many monsters on the board, you drew into your big bang shots, you equip them, play Trunade. Big bang shots effect will activate, banishing all their monsters. Summon Benkei, equip, he attacks 4 times. 5 times. Yeah, 4 times, yeah. So, yeah, the deck was dangerous, and I remember losing to it at a regional because I was just like, wow, I've never seen such a consistent build of that before. And I think the dude only ran like 13 monsters. Also, you guys from that format, remember that this was the birth of Pac-Man. Pacman. Pure Advantage Camels munch all noobs. And basically with Gravity Bind, Stumbling, Level Limit Area B, you just flip, flop, draw, Swarm of Scarabs, take out their monsters, Swarm of Locusts, pop out their back row, Stealth Bird, burn them from 1,000, and you just whittle them down. Some people played like Mystic Swordsman level 2, so when they got the set, they started setting their monsters, waiting for a big push with a heavy storm or something so they can clean your field. So you'll just drop your Mystic Swordsman level 2 and slowly start taking out their face downs. And if they decide to normal summon a monster, well, flip Scarabs, take that out. It's just, the deck was unreal. And since MST was at 1 and Heavy Storm was at 1 and you only had 1 breaker, I mean, it was all up to your Dust Tornado. You only had the 4 pieces of spell and trap removal. Maybe you could get a Mobius off if you could keep a monster on board, which was very hard to do due to the destructive power of this deck. So again, guys, the deck wasn't all just, fun times and happy-go-lucky. The game did have its derpiness, so don't forget about that. It's DUBKDAD, I'm out.